It's no good. It defeats its own purpose. What are you doing? I just said don't overcook it. You're overcooking it. Bring it over.
You want your steak?
Bring it over. Bring it over. It's like a piece of charcoal. Bring it over here.
You want your steak?
Yeah, right now.
Good. There's your steak. Can't wait to be done.
No, I can't wait.
Good. Okay? Happy? Happy?
That's all I want.
There. No more. There.
Remind me about a steak, huh?
That's great.
Remind me about a steak?
What's up, bigots? Here we are again, Monday night on Rockfin, on YouTube. You talking to me? Your chair? Yeah, what are you doing? My lesbian wife forgot to get her chair. It's your favorite trans vegan over here, live under my slave name over on Rockfin. My government slave name, Tristan Haggard, over there on Rockfin, under Primal Edge Health on YouTube, of course. We're going to be doing exclusively on Rockfin, exclusively over there for the bigots on Rockfin, probably about 15, 20 minutes. You know, we're not going to go half and half. This one, I don't know. I'd rather kind of be more unfiltered, uncensored over there on Rockfin. So you can pull up a tab if you're watching on YouTube. Jump over there to Rockfin. It's free to watch, especially if you're watching live. Now, about half of the material over there on Rockfin is for subscribers only, for premium members. But you're watching this live, you can, you bigots can jump over there to Rockfin. Of course, like I said, on Rockfin, it's under my government slave name, my slave name, Tristan Haggard, not my real trans vegan name, Banana Crusher 69,000. So yeah, jump over to Rockfin. Sometimes when YouTube gets like lag, Rockfin doesn't. It's very strange. Very, very strange. And sometimes when you guys lag on YouTube of sending them super chats over my Streamlabs, Rockfin doesn't. We get some good support from the bigots on Rockfin. So Jessica just put the biglets to sleep. The children, we call them the biglets. These are little bigots, you know, get it? It's like bigots, but they're small, so you put an L in it. Biglets. You guys get it? Because bigots. Because you guys get it, right? So yeah, they're asleep. Anyway, I had to explain all my jokes to you guys because you guys are such freaking bigots. So the biglets are asleep. My wife is here.
I will be weeping.
She's flossing.
But I will be weeping.
She be flossing. My wife's over here flossing. She's flossing her teeth. She's flossing her actual. She's white people flossing her teeth.
What's black people?
Black people flossing is when you floss ice.
I don't know what that means.
You know what that means? You wouldn't know what that means. You know why? Because you're disconnected from the streets and from the culture. But I'm not, clearly. You don't remember, like, that was like early 2000s rapper, like flossing ice. You just break something?
Diamonds, right?
That was a loud sound. Jessica was just flossing and it sounded like a tooth cracked.
Okay.
We got vegan teeth cracking over here. Vegan tooth cracker 69,000 is her enlightened trans vegan name. All right. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, go check it out on Rockfin. Thank you guys on Rockfin who always support. If you guys are watching on YouTube, thank you for support by sharing the videos, like the videos, do all those nice things. Do all those nice things, guys. So, all right, today we are learning about what we're always learning about, justice, right? Justice. Not just us, justice. For the stakeholders. The stakeholders. And I don't mean the stakeholders like us, people who actually eat meat. I mean the people who don't want you to eat meat at all. The stakeholders of stakeholder capitalism. As Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum calls it stakeholder capitalism. It is a new system. We must be inclusive. And we will fight for justice for all the people of the world, because we say that there are too many people in the world, but we want to save all the people of the world by feeding the people of the world Bill Gates nutrient-fortified, lab-grown kibble. So the stakeholders of the World Economic Forum, the stakeholders like Bill Gates, the stakeholders like Cargill, the stakeholders like Tyson Foods, the stakeholders like all these transnational corporations, all these big banks, these big investment funds, these hedge funds, the stakeholders like BlackRock, who we talked about in the last stream, like Vanguard, the people who are buying up all of the housing in the United States and elsewhere. These same people, of course, are coming for the stakeholders on behalf of the stakeholders. They're coming to take your stakes so that only the stakeholders of the new economic model that they want to bring in can actually eat steaks. And of course, we've got our friends over here at Plant-Based News leading the fight against injustice, right? Leading the fight for justice for the animals, justice for the BIPOCs, justice for the bipolar teenage vegan tween activists, justice for BIPOCs and bipolar TikToks, right? Justice for the BIPOCs, the bipolar girls on TikTok, and the your favorite mentally disturbed, emotionally unstable, OnlyFans, booty slinging vegan activists earning their social credit points. All right, so here, let's learn a little bit.
We die earliest of breast cancer. When we get diagnosed later. We have more aggressive forms.
She's talking about bald women. She's talking about women with butch haircuts, women who have hair shorter than 1 inch, women who cut their hair like me. I can talk about these things because I am a woman, of course, so I can make jokes about women. Okay, you people who are getting offended out there, you women who are being offended. Guess what? I'm a woman. Okay, in fact, I'm the most important type of woman. I'm a trans boxer. Okay. So if you have a problem, why don't you step in the ring and we can settle it, huh? All right. So, anyways, Tracy Lynn McQuarter. Tracy Lynn McQuarter. I mean, this is that's a great way of spelling Tracy. It's spelled Tracie. Tracy. Get it?
Like a Tracy?
It's like Tracy, but spelled Tracy. Tracy Lynn McQuarter. I like the Kanye reference in that first name there. That was good foresight by your parents. Anyway, no, she's not talking about people with short hair. She's talking about, I'm guessing she's talking about BIPOCs. We'll see. Or vegan activists, right? Well, let's listen to her. I'm sorry for interrupting, Tracy A.
We have more aggressive forms, and we die younger from it. When it comes to heart disease, we have higher rates. When it comes to diabetes, we have higher rates. When it comes to obesity and unhealthy weight, we have higher rates. Stroke, the same way. So
they're supposed to be talking about like racial justice, right? Many diseases are more prevalent, severe, and common among African Americans, and in particular, Black women. But why is this? Excuse me. Sorry, Bill Gates. And what can you do to help? So what can you do to help? I like how they show stock footage of a white dude, a white dude with a red beard.
Obesity and unhealthy
This
weight.
is what that $1 million budget will get you, right? This Plant-Based News, of course, is owned by our friend Prince Khalid, right? Prince Khalid bin Al-Walid bin Talal, a big investor in Memphis Meats and Beyond Meat. I'm sorry. I mistook his name. It's not Prince Khalid bin Al-Walid bin Talal. It's his son, who just goes by Prince Khalid, who, of course, is using his Saudi royal father's huge amount of money, billions of dollars, to invest in Silicon Valley startups, various fourth industrial revolution tech companies, various World Economic Forum associated type companies such as Beyond Meat, Memphis Meat, growing lab-grown meat, and of course they use these cheaply bought vegan quacktivists, vegan slacktivists. They use them as their cannon fodder online.
We have higher rates. Stroke the same way. So all of the same situation. So all of these chronic diseases, the top reasons that Americans die, they're exacerbated in African.
I don't know why it just reloaded that. Come back.
African American communities, and particularly for Black women. And there are a variety of reasons for that. I mean, we're the most oppressed, impoverished.
The most oppressed? There's reasons for that. We're the most oppressed.
As a community as a whole. And so this system, this society, for the affluent, they get the healthiest food, the best schools. Across the board, things are better and set up for the affluent. The poorer you are, the more oppressed you are, the less you have of these resources, and food is a part of that.
So they're pushing for plant-based diets. This is supposed to be an apologetics for plant-based diets. We need sweet food justice, right? We need McDonald's to serve us plant-based burgers. We need vegan KFC. That's what we need. But here she's talking about how, it's because, Black people, a lot of Black people live in impoverished neighborhoods, right? So blaming their poor health outcomes on socioeconomic conditions. Obviously, socioeconomic conditions are going to have a major contributing factor to chronic disease, right? Things like diabetes are very high among poor people. Why is that? Right? Is it because poor people are just gluttonous? No, it's because they have poor nutritional choices, right? And their nutritional choices are not a heavy animal foods diet. These people are not eating lots of beef, right? People who live in impoverished neighborhoods, no matter what race they are, no matter what color they are, no matter what part of the world they live in, they're eating a diet that's based primarily off of processed foods, grain, cheap, highly government subsidized vegetable oils, and low nutrition, low protein, low calcium, low iron foods, which is why you see very high anemia rates among the impoverished areas of the world, right? So they're gonna sit here and try to make it some sort of a case for a plant-based diet. We need food justice, right? Oh, we got to tax meat more. We're going to tax the most important nutritional sources for developing children, right? Meat, dairy, eggs, fish, shellfish. These are the most important sources of nutrition for people. Doesn't matter what race you are. Doesn't matter what socioeconomic class you're in. Those are the most important and nourishing foods. The most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. Animal foods. They're going to sit here and say, "Oh no, it's unfair because all these poor Black people, they can't get enough Beyond Meat." Like, what is this? Yes, poor people don't eat as much of the nourishing, nutrient-dense foods. They have to opt for poor choices. Right? And those poor choices get exacerbated by mass media, by idiot, fake philanthropists, and misanthropists like Plant-Based News over here. They call themselves a nonprofit, but they're owned by Prince bin al-Walid bin Talal's billionaire Saudi son, Prince Khalid. Owns Plant-Based News over here, always pushing for plant-based diets. Oh, look, it's so racist that people eat meat. What is this? If people in poor communities, again, whether they be Black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, lesbian, trans, vegan, whatever they be, if they eat and focus on nutrient-dense animal foods that are locally produced, you're going to get better health outcomes. You're going to get improvements in the growth curve of children. You're going to get better developed central nervous systems. But no, let's push more grains on them. Let's push more canola oil, more vegetable oil. All these foods that are causing these chronic diseases, that are exacerbating the diabetes crisis in the West, that are causing insulin resistance, obesity, diabetes, and then all these chronic degenerative diseases that come with nutrient poor diets. Let's just promote more. Let's do more of the same. You're going to get more of the same problems then. Now, but of course, the owners of these companies like plant-based news over here, the owners of these companies are also invested in pharmaceutical companies. So what do you know? They'll be able to make money on you on both ends.
The poorer you are, the more oppressed you are, the less you have of these resources, and food is a part of that.
Yeah, the less you have of these resources, which is why poor people, when given the option, will always choose real animal foods, will always choose a steak over Beyond Meat. Right? Money aside, even if you tax the crap out of steak, even if you tax animal foods into oblivion, and then give subsidies and carbon credits to these fake plant-based McKibble foods, which these people are planning on doing, which we've been covering here for years. All right, we've been documenting this slow creep, the slow creep of total control over our food supply through these transnational corporations, these NGOs pushing these ideas like the Great Reset, the Green New Deal, a plant-based food system, planetary dietary guidelines via the UN. Man, they want to tax meat and make it basically impossible for you to afford it, or just ration you food altogether, right? This is what these people have written about, which we've been covering here for years. That's why we've been covering the World Economic Forum here for so long, the Rockefeller Foundation's white papers, all of these organizations, these NGOs, these transnational corporations and banks, all intertwined in this World Business Council for Sustainable Development, all pushing for planetary dietary guidelines and plant-based diets. Ultimately, fourth industrial revolution style tracking and tracing of all food supply, right, and carbon taxing everything based on AI algorithms that are going to tell you how ethical, how sustainable, how much your food choices are going to contribute to the well-being of all the world, how much they're going to contribute to food justice. Okay, the poor people will always select, they will always self-select real animal foods over this fake nutrient fortified, they say, kibble. So anyways, all right, so let's listen to what Skellahor over here has to say. We've got the former Baywatch actress who you've seen in some of those intro videos that I sometimes run, where she's talking about, we just need to reduce the population. I don't want to take away your rights. I want to give you rights to infanticide your babies. This former Baywatch star, Hollywood bimbo over here, now has a podcast, right? So going from advocating for, one Chinese-style one-child policy in the Western world, advocating for people not to have children, now advocating for plant-based diets. I love it. Let's hear how she's going to bring justice to the food system.
I believe in order for us to help people change, we got to be a part of the people. So like I go to restaurants that are vegan. I don't like it necessarily, but I'll go. And I'll go to events that are vegan, but I'm right there because I know in order to help people change, you have to be involved with them. You have to go where they are. Instead of waiting on them to come to us, we have to go where they are and not condemn them. Because, I honestly only know 3 people that have been vegan since birth. And 2 of them.
What's with this sentimental music? It's just sometimes I go to whatever, non-vegan restaurants and stuff, because it's that's you gotta go to non-vegan restaurants and shit, because your friends, your homies might be going to a non-vegan restaurant. You order the vegan stuff. I don't like to, but in all the vegan restaurants, it's this sad crying music. This is music that heartstring pulling. The children are dying. They're starving. This brave vegan activist sometimes goes to non-vegan restaurants. Oh, what a sacrifice. He sometimes sits at a table with the unclean non-vegans and watches them eat meat. Oh, he feels so bad for the animals. Who edits this crap? You guys are so lazy. You guys got a big ass budget. You got Prince Khalid. You got this guy. This is the dude, his son, Prince Al-Walid bin Talal.
Prince Al-Walid bin Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud is a Saudi Arabian businessman, investor, and a member of the Saudi royal family, and he is the CEO of Kingdom Holding Company. He has an estimated net worth of $18.7 billion.
That's publicly. Look, it looks like Klaus Schwab's little brother next to him, huh? He's at 18 point something billion. So his son, Prince Khalid, little Prince Khalid, who likes to hang out and he's like MTV Khaleesi, little Khaleesi, little Prince Khaleesi. His little son, that's who owns plant-based.
And he owns 50 cars in his garage. Today we are looking at the most popular cars of Prince. Number 1, Rolls.
Also, he's a trophy hunter, but his son's a vegan activist, right?
Royce Ghost diamond car. The car was covered by 1 lakh diamonds. The cost of the car is $2.1 million.
He's got a diamond-covered Rolls Royce.
15 crore rupees. The car can
But
reach
that's
with a top
not
speed of 250
what he's most proud of. What he's most proud of is owning plant-based news. PBN co-owner Prince Khalid bin Al-Walid to open animal-free sea life experiences in Saudi Arabia. How lovely. Prince and PBN look at these are his slaves over here, right? His decadent middle class white kids from the UK that he gets to do his business, right? Give him a couple grand a month, maybe pay for a little flat for them, and they'll just run advertising for you and have your fake grassroots revolution on the internet for plant-based news, for plant-based diets, rather. There he is. Partnering with National Geographic. Come on. These people love you.
per hour.
These people just love you.
From 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds. Number 2, Mercedes-Benz SL600 diamond car. The car was first unveiled in Dubai Motor Show. The car is covered.
You have 300 cars all covered in diamonds. He is a philanthropist. He is very concerned with saving the planet from people eating fish. He is helping Ghislaine Maxwell. His son worked closely with Ghislaine Maxwell, friend of Jeffrey Epstein, and they are working very closely also with Bill Gates to make sure that nobody eat the fish or eat any of the animals, because the animals are suffering. And he wants to save the planet.
And he owns 2, one in gold color and one in white color. The cost of the single car is $4.8 million. In India, 36.72.
But his most prized possession in plant-based news, he's fighting for the animals.
Instead of waiting on them to come to us, we have to go where they are and not condemn them. Because I honestly only know 3 people that have been vegan since birth, and 2 of them are my kids. So like,
Oh, poor kids. Poor kids.
I think food is a fundamental right.
Yeah. I think alcohol is a fundamental right. I think back massages are a fundamental right. My wife knows that. I think slave labor in Africa to dig up diamonds for Prince Al-Walid bin Talal's cars. I think that's a fundamental right.
The speed of the car is electronically limited to 2.
Prince Khalid is fighting. He believed that diamond-covered Bentley is a fundamental right for all human beings. All human beings should have many Bentley covered in diamond.
And can reach from 0 to 100 in 4.1 seconds.
I think it is a fundamental human right to go 0 to 100 in 7.2 seconds. I think it's a fundamental human right to go 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.1 seconds with a diamond-studded 12-cylinder motor in a limited edition Mercedes-Benz covered in blood diamond that only burn. It do not burn fossil fuel at all. Zero fossil fuel burn in this vehicle. It is converted. It have a carburetor that will run 100% off of iron that is extracted from human blood. You can run the engine, or you just put the baby blood directly into the engine. If you have the baby with you, you simply drain the baby into the engine. There is a funnel, and a diamond studded funnel. You put the funnel into the gas tank, and the baby blood will run this motor. You get 3 miles per gallon of baby blood, and we believe that this is a fundamental human right to own this. We believe that it is fundamentally a human right that Prince Khalid can own this and the plant-based news channel on YouTube as well.
And at any point where people don't have the right or access to healthy food, that's where food and social justice for me intersect. And I think it happened when companies began to take over what the earth gave us for free. And I think that's when food became a social justice issue, because it was no longer families growing food in their yard or raising their own animals. It was, I have to go to the market to pay someone.
Buying food that's like the most fundamental form of oppression ever, is people actually people trading food for each other. You don't own that. You don't own those apples. That's Mother Earth. That's all over. Those are all of our apples. Okay? It's a fundamental human right. All right, if you guys are watching over there on YouTube, we got the most shadow banned channel ever on YouTube. YouTube will never give you notifications. You are lucky if you ever get a notification if you're already subscribed. But hey, you guys are watching over there on YouTube. Make sure to pull up, jump over there to Rockfin. We're gonna go over there to Rockfin. I'm sick of, you don't have to bite our tongues over there on Rockfin. We can talk about issues you can't even talk about on YouTube. So we're gonna jump over there on Rockfin. We're gonna fight for food justice now with Prince Khalid. We're gonna fight for the fundamental human right of owning a vegan propaganda channel and a blood diamond studded, baby blood burning 12-cylinder Mercedes-Benz with no top. It's got no top on it, guys. It's got no roof. So we're gonna be driving chop top Mercedes diamond studded cars and fighting for climate justice over there on Rockfin. So pull up a tab, come over there to Rockfin. We're done on YouTube. I just put the link in there 2 times on YouTube. All right, we'll take like a 90-second break right now while we close off the stream on YouTube, and go over there to Rockfin, guys, because we can't talk about everything on YouTube. And quite frankly, I'm sick of giving our valuable time and energy over there to YouTube. So come over here to the free speech platform on Rockfin, and we can talk about whatever we want to talk about over there. So about 90-second break on Rockfin. I'll be right back, guys. And later, YouTube, nothing personal if you like watching on YouTube, but you can watch for free on Rockfin, where we can actually monetize, where you can actually get notified for streams, and where we can say whatever the heck we want to say. So peace out, YouTube. See you over there on Rockfin.